Crochet and Beyond friends, my name is Angela. I'm so glad you're here today to work a project with me. I'm going to teach you how to do this beautiful stitch here, and it's called the aligned shells. I'm making this square here today because it will be part of a bigger project that I'm working on, which is a blanket. So if you take a look at a piece of my blanket here, this is where my aligned shells will go. So it's much easier to see it in the orange, right? The dark one is difficult. So this is the one. Now in my case, yes, I am making a blanket, but you can make anything you want and I will tell you why. The secret here for this stitch is that if you chain a multiple of 6 plus 3 chains, you can do anything the size you want, shorter, a tiny little shorter maybe, or bigger, and it will always end up perfect at the end. There will be no leftover chains or you will not run too short, right? So again, it's a multiple of 6 plus 3. Follow that rule and you will be fine. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stick here to a square. At the end of my work here, I'm gonna show you how to do a very simple edging of single crochet, and I will make sure that I have 25 single crochets on each side, because for these squares they all need to have the same amount of edging done here. Otherwise later on when I join them, it would be a big problem if one has 25, the other has 30, the other has 20. That would mess it up real bad. So I have to be very particular about it. But in your case, if you're doing something else, you might not want to need an edging at all. It depends. All right, so let me show you also what kind of material you need. You will need Super Saver Red Heart. That's what I like for this blanket here. This is acrylic size 4 yarn. All right, now also make sure that you have 2 hooks. For the foundation chain, I always like a hook that's a little bigger at 5.25, and then just for the foundation chain, when I'm done with the foundation chain, I use a 5mm hook to do the work. Then at the end you will need a needle with a dual point and a big eye and scissors. This is to weave in the ends. It's a very pretty stitch and very easy. You can do this close the eyes almost. It's really kind of like a no-brainer. So you will enjoy this. In the links below, you will find a project that I done about 3 years ago. It is a table runner, actually using this yarn as well. And it looks really beautiful. I use this stitch and it looks just so classy, and I use different colors. So if you want a little tutorial there on how to change colors, you might find that helpful. The link for that video is in the descriptions below. So thank you so much, guys. I hope this is fun to do. Tell me what you're gonna do with it. I do have a Facebook group that you can join and show me your project. If you're not on Facebook, that's all right. Here in YouTube, you can share with me on the descriptions below what you're working on, and I would love to hear from you. Please click a like and share this video with somebody that needs to learn how to crochet. There is always somebody who is wanting to and they are not quite sure how, so I would love to teach them. So show them, bring them here. I would love more people to fall in love with yarn and hook. It's just so fun. So take care, until soon. Let's get started with a foundation chain. We will need 27 chains. Let's get started. This is how I do it. I make a loop, I insert the hook, and I chain only 3, holding on tight at the bottom here. 1, 2, and 3. Then I hold tight at the top, pull the string, that makes a knot, and your very first chain. So we need 27. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 26, and 27. Well done. So let's leave that hook behind and use the 5mm hook. So your chain should be fairly stretchy. The loops should be even. So make sure that it looks as close to this as possible. Let's get started with row 1. You will be doing 5 double crochets in the same chain. It has to be the 6th chain from the hook. So let's see where that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right there. So yarn over and insert. That's your first one, and you need 5 of those in the same chain. There's the second, and the third, fourth, and fifth. Alrighty, so yes, it stretches out that foundation chain quite a bit, but if you just kind of give it a little bit of a pull here, it will even itself out. It will always be a little bit big like that, but it's not really a big deal. This one here is considered a double crochet. Alrighty, those are the leftover chains that came along as you inserted your hook on the 6th chain from the hook, right? So make sure that this is a double crochet. When we are finishing row 2, you will have to build a double crochet here at the top. So make sure that you don't ignore this. Now from here, you have to look at your chain, your foundation chain again, skip 2, and then do a double crochet on the next one. Now look at your foundation chain again, skip 2, and then give me 5 double crochets on the following. So you're going to be alternating groups of 5 double crochets with just 1 double crochets. 4 and 5. Again, give it a little pull. Okay, now skip 2 and give me 1 double crochet. Okay, skip 2 and give me 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, I think you got the idea, right? Skip 2 and 1. My row is not very long, so I totally don't mind finishing up here for you. There is now another group of 5. That's your last shell on this row here. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Okay, now skip 2, 1, 2, and a double crochet at the very last chain. Alrighty, so you see how the amount of chains just ended up even. Yeah, you start with 1 disguised double crochet right there. You do your shells, skip correctly, and you end with 1 double crochet. So no matter how long your chain is, as long as you follow the rule of 6 chains, a multiple of 6 chains plus 3, multiple of 6 plus 3, it will always end up right. Alrighty, so let's do row 2. Before you do that, chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and this is considered a double crochet. Now you turn. Now take a look at your shell and eyeball the exact middle of it, which is right there. Technically speaking, it is skip 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then do a shell on the 3rd. But honestly, I'm not really needing to count that because it's so visible. You want to build up these shells one upon the other, and it's right in the middle, right there. So you're going to go and do another 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Very good. Then eyeball the next double crochet that you've done in the other row and double crochet right on it, right above it. So you build double crochet upon double crochet, shell upon shell. And then again, eyeball right the middle. I see it right there. And give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Just a couple more here. Yeah, you're doing okay with that one. This one is a very easy stitch. You don't have to be counting. It's very visual. You can see the spot right away. So it's a stitch that can be done super quickly. It's one of those no-brainer stitches. And then give me here another 5. And then we're done with row 2. And then you're going to be repeating this row after row after row until you have your desired length. Okay, there is that, those chains. Remember, those are your double crochet in disguise. So find the very top chain. So if you twist it a little bit like that, you will see it, and do a double crochet right on it. Okay, same thing will happen when you turn and you end up here. There is always these chains here that will be your double crochet to build your base for your new double crochet at the end of each row. Alrighty, this is it. So keep repeating this idea row after row after row until your desired length. When you are done, when I am done here with my square, I'm going to show you how to do a very simple single crochet edging. Alrighty, my square is finished and I have 12 rows to make it the size I want it. Now I'm going to show you how to do a very simple single crochet edging. There will be 3 single crochets in each corner to make it slightly rounded, and in between each group of 3 single crochets you will do 25 single crochets on the side. Now, I am very particular here about 25 because I am doing a blanket and I will be joining this square with another square. So all the squares need to have 25 so it matches at the end when I am joining, all right? So I'm particular about 25. So if you're not doing a blanket like that, if you're just doing something else like a scarf or a shawl or maybe a table runner, well then you don't need to be so fussy about exact number of single crochets. However, you need to make sure that you don't do too few and you don't do too many. Too few will make it too tight and will shrivel, it will shrivel up your work. Too many will make it all wavy. That might not be a bad idea. It actually looks cute, so might be an idea there for you to explore maybe. So you want to do the just right amount, okay? Now, where do we put the single crochets? And it depends from stitch to stitch, you know. If you follow my other samples, you know that each one of them is a little different on the side depending on what you're building. So this one here is very obvious. It has big holes right there. So definitely 1 single crochet in each one of those. So let's see how many that is. There will be 3 single crochets here, so we don't count that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alrighty, then there is the little openings in between each big hole. That would be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So somewhere here, I'm going to double. So I'm going to double up there, I'm going to double up there, and I'm going to double up there. And that will make it even. Alrighty, so let's go. Okay. Now, note here that to do the edging, we are proceeding from where you stopped your last row, but we are not turning. Alrighty? No turning right now. Do that 1 chain here. Okay, and then 3 single crochets in this big spot to make your first corner. 1, 2, and 3. Alrighty? Good. Now, there is 1 here, 2, 3, and I'm gonna double here. 4, 5. Oopsie daisy, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna double here. 11, 12, then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, I will double up here, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So you see what I did that? Earlier I said I was going to double up in 3 spots. I ended up doubling up in 4 spots. I don't know. I must have just maybe miscalculated there. And you know what? It's really not a big deal. I got the 25 I want. So it doesn't have to be rocket science either. Okay? As long as you have the 25. If I go back here and count, I'm sure that's exactly what I had. So that's my 1, 2, 3 right there. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Yeah, I got it right. Okay, so yeah, sometimes you just have to go by the gut feeling a little bit too, all right? Now, next corner is 1, 2, and 3. All right, now here you do the same. Look where your obvious places are and see how many stitches that will make. Before you do that, make sure that you decide where your corner is. That's gonna be my corner. Actually, I think I'm gonna make that my corner right there, a little tinier hole. Because otherwise I don't think I'll have enough room here for my 25. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's do the obvious places first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now let's do the small spaces. Let's do 12, 13, 14. Okay, I will have to double up. So I will have to double up here. 15, 16, 17, 18. And then I have to double up here too. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. So pretty much doubling up on each big hole and one on the smaller hole. Okay, let's see if that worked out. Okay. Alrighty, so here we go. Double up in the bigger holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, oopsie, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. There we go. Good. Okay, now with the other side, you do exactly the same. We will do 3 single crochets, and I made this tiny spot here, my single crochet place, my corner place, I mean. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so from here, again, estimate where your 25 will go, just like we done here. Okay, when we get here, I'm gonna meet you again because you see that this edging here is rather wavy. Well, I don't want it rather wavy for joining squares later, right? So I'm going to do some half double crochets here. So I'm gonna show you how I do that once we get there. Okay, alrighty, see you in a little bit. Alrighty, so I'm ready for my last border here. So let's do my corner. 1, 2, and 3. So on the lower part of these wavy edges, I'm gonna do half double crochets. So on here, right there where that double crochet was, I'm gonna do 1 half double crochet there, 1 before and 1 after. That should work. Now let's just double check how many stitches we have to make sure we will do 25. This one here is kind of obvious because you can go on every single stitch and you will be very close to the 25. So let's see how many that will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, I need 2 more. 24 and 25. So I am going to double up. Ideally would be here and here. So when I get right here, I will do 2 half double crochets there and 2 half double crochets there, and that should take care of this side. So let's go. Alrighty, so here is already a lower part of that shell, right? So let's do a half double crochet right there. And then just single, that's a 2, 3, 4. Now let's do a half, 5. And I'm gonna double up here. 6. Oops, 7, sorry, I ran away from the camera. 8. Okay, now singles. 9, 10, 11, and then here is half doubles. 12, 13, 14, and then singles. 15, 16, 17, now halves. 18, I'm gonna do 2 here. 19, 20, oop, yeah, that's right, 20. 21, now singles. 22, 23, 24, and 25. Ta-da! Okay, so look at what happens to the shells. It looks a bit more even, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, if you are doing a shawl, a scarf, a table runner, or something like that, you might actually want that waviness. I'm sure it looks actually nice. But for these squares, I want them as straight as possible. Alrighty, so let's just join here. About right there with a slip stitch. Ta-da! And you're done. Good one. Okay, so there is your square. Alrighty, so to finish up here, you just snip, pull through, make a knot, and you're ready. And then weave in the end. Weaving in the end, you just take a big needle and just weave the ends into those single crochets on the edge here. Alrighty, so thank you so much for watching today and for doing this project. And if you are doing something amazing with it, like whether a small project or a big one, I would like to see that posted on my Facebook group. There's a link in the description below where you can show your work. So thank you so much, and until soon.